Hey y'all, welcome back. My name's Chris and this is It Worth It, y'all? Today is the summary of Pantry Challenge week 4. Well, week 3.5 because the first week was kind of half week, but Pantry Challenge week 4. Oh, and I have one of my supervisors back here making sure my inventory is taken care of. So if you hear clicking of nails, that's my supervisor. I have to have adult supervision when I'm in here. So let's get into it. I've got our She's in Her Apron calendar. So I've got all my meal plan here, and we will start with Thursday night's dinner, and that was Thursday the 18th. So we had tacos. It was taco night. Thursday is taco night because we do leftovers on Tuesday, and we had tacos. They was really, really good. There was nothing really to cook because we had already had a taco meat meal prepped prior to. So we just used the taco meat that we already had in the freezer, heated up some tortillas, chopped up some veggies, had some ranch style beans. That was a game changer. Ranch style beans, and it was awesome. There was no complaints by anybody in the house about having tacos on taco night. So you'll see sometimes we'll do enchiladas or just call it Mexican night, but we had tacos. So, and plenty of leftovers. Now, I'm not sure that I filmed anything on Friday because we had Chipotle chicken. This was another freezer meal. It was another freezer meal that we had in the freezer for a while. And I basically took a can of chilies and adobo sauce and dumped it in a bag with some chicken thighs, sucked all the air of it, shoved it in the freezer back in, I think it was June. And I'm like, we need to eat these. So I don't know. I'll try to find a picture of it somewhere. The sides were like leftovers from other stuff. So we really thawed out chicken, threw it in the oven, boom, done. So talk about Friday's Fancy Friday wasn't too fancy, but it got us fed and it got us going for the rest of the time. Saturday is leftover day. Let me tell you what, we had a blast on Saturday. Saturday, we did a riff on tachos. So on Monday, we cut a bunch of hand-cut French fries that we used for burger or for whatever we were doing earlier that week. And we had some potatoes left over sitting in the refrigerator in some water. And so we made a riff on tachos. So we used hand-cut French fries, deep fried. And then we put tacos on top of it because we had plenty of taco stuff left over from Thursday. Man, was it good. That was great. We're definitely doing that one again. So on Sunday, which I'll pop the instructional video here for you. I think the theme of this week was try not to use anything in the refrigerator or something outside of the fresh produce, because the Sunday's meal, I did a beef pot pie, and every single ingredient outside of the crust that I had that I needed to use up in my refrigerator, like the pre-bought baker's crust. Outside of that, everything that we used was from the pantry. It was either jarred or purchased in a can. We're going to let you watch what we did on Sunday because that turned out fantastic. All right, y'all, I came up with this idea of beef pot pie. This is the main reason why I came up with beef pot pie. You can see that this is beef stew that I canned in 2021, and I've got several of these, and I really want to just knock them out because when my home canned goods get to about the 2-year, 3-year mark, I want to really get rid of them because I should have already eaten these already and haven't. So this right here is the reason why we're doing what we're doing. I may or may not use both. I may just use one. And here is all of the rest of the idea that I have to make this beef pot pie. I've got some deer meat that I canned back in 21. I've got some caramelized onions. See? Pinto beans that we just did that this one didn't seal, and those are definitely going in. I've got corn. I've got black beans. These are freeze-dried onions. I do have a freeze dryer. This is a stock that we opened up for the chicken and dumplings that I didn't finish. some garlic, some ham, like rotel, tomato paste. We're going to see. I mean, obviously we have this dish to work with, and I'm cheating and using this because I only needed like all these cells, these pie crusts in twos, and I only needed one. So I just need to get rid of this because it's just sitting in the refrigerator. So this is the idea. I haven't even thought about spices yet. So we're gonna measure how much water this pan holds, and then I'm gonna make the equivalent out of all this. All right, so I've added water to this pan, dumped it into here to measure it, and it's 4 cups. So we have 4 cups of room in this pie pan. So let's get started. We're gonna start with draining a quart of beef stew and adding it to this bowl, or to the big bowl, and I'm gonna reserve the liquid for later. And we have the liquid and the beef stew. Now let's add to that the pork and beans that didn't seal from the other day, a pint of black beans, diced tomatoes, tablespoon of garlic, and we are about capacity of the pan. So I'm going to stop right there. We had options that I did not use, and we'll reserve that for a later date. I believe on this one I'm going to use the Bouquet Garnier just because of the smells. I think the smells would be better with the Bouquet Garnier. So we're going to use that as the spice blend. That's probably 1.5 tablespoons-ish. I am going to add 1 to 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to thicken up the mix. I am adding about a teaspoon of cane sugar because the tomatoes are quite acidic. I have also added to the mix about a teaspoon of black pepper, teaspoon of crushed red pepper, about 2 tablespoons of parsley, and about a teaspoon of Lowry seasoned salt. I am so glad I measured before we did this. So this is what it looks like prior to the crust. Smells good. I did a taste test. Looks good. All right, y'all. She's looking pretty. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull it. The timer just went off. It's been in there about a half an hour. She's pretty. All right, let's cut into this and see what we think. Oh, yeah. Nice. I'm liking it. Obviously, it's a little hot, so we're going to be a little runny right now, but yeah, it thickened up nicely. Cool. So maybe we'll top this with maybe some Frank's hot sauce or add some Worcestershire, because that's a great idea. And we'll go from there. All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed that. We did. And for leftovers, we had a lot of leftovers because there's just 2 of us eating, and those leftovers are gone. Just saying. So Monday, we did spaghetti with meat sauce and a beautiful salad. We bought a lot of, well, the one time we bought produce. Excuse me, I've got a little sinus drainage. That one time we bought produce last week, we need to start using it, obviously. Because the goal is use all the produce that you purchase before you go back to the grocery store. So we had a beautiful salad and basically dumped spaghetti because everything was out of the pantry. It was awesome. And then Tuesday night again is leftovers like normal because trash day is Wednesday. And then last night, which we'll pop a video here too, it was another freezer meal. When we prepped all of those hamburgers at the beginning of Pantry Challenge, we had hamburgers again. Those hamburgers are so good. We're talking about it. We're like, what do we do? So I think it was the 80-20 ground chuck because it was on sale at the regular grocery store. We put salt, pepper, and garlic powder in there. And that was it. Browned them up, stuck them in vacuum seal bags. Boom, done. They're great. And then we just had a big old beautiful salad and peas for the side. So that takes us through this week. It was really, really good. We did have to buy a gallon of milk, and out of convenience, we went to the local Dollar General. Won't do that again either. The Dollar General milk, y'all, $3.75 for a gallon of milk. I almost choked. So where does that put us? We did 26 and $3.75. Hold on, I had math somewhere, y'all. Hold on. I will say we are pulling out a ton of jars from the pantry. Where's my math, y'all? Let's see, 26. Oh, I didn't math. I got to math now real quick. Hang on. We're at $30.02. I'd say for, what day is it? Don't even know what day it is. January 25th, having 6 days left in the month. We had a $50 limit and we've got $20 to spend for the next several days. I think we're doing all right. Haven't missed anything yet. We still have plenty. I mean, obviously we're not going to eat through this in 2 months. We have been kicking around the idea of extending this thing. So stay tuned to see how far we take this. But if everything's been really good, we're still eating through our produce. We're not throwing any food away right now. We are totally eating through all the leftovers. I think we've kind of figured out our portion sizes and whatnot that makes it easier for us to take food to work as well as have lunches and leftover nights. I think it's critical that we have 2 leftover nights, one right before trash day and one during the weekend. I like the Saturday one because I have a job that requires me to work on Saturdays sometimes, so that schedule's way off most weekends. So I think if you're going to do something like this, or if you're planning meals and stuff for your family, figure out those days that it makes sense to just do. We used to, I think back in the day, it was like whatever you find in the fridge is what you're having for dinner. So we call it leftover night. And this was just a week of freezer meals because why not? And we're trying to make room in our freezers. So I think we did good. I don't think anything was boring, and I still haven't figured out anything that I'm missing. So that list has not grown. It's still sitting at 0. The list that we've pulled out of the pantry though, y'all. Hang on, let me get to that piece of paper. Let me get to that page. We're on column number 2 now. We're over here. We've already done all this, and then I've got, I don't know if you can see, but I've got like little hash marks. Ooh, that's terrible. There we go. We've got little hash marks on here. So that just means we've used more than one of that thing. So I got hair in my mouth. I put up, how many dozen did I put up? I put up 360 water glass eggs in, no, I didn't. I did, what's 30 dozen, y'all, times 12? That's a lot. That's 360. I'll math it and put it up here. Anyways, 5 buckets. I've put up 5 buckets, 2.5 gallon buckets of eggs, 6 dozen in each bucket. I just opened up the 3rd bucket. I thought my math said I would only be through bucket number 2 right now. I'm in bucket number 3. So I got to put up more eggs next year. But those eggs are 7 months old and they are still perfect. Still can't do sunny side up eggs, but you know, they scramble and bake and all that good stuff. So still doing strong on the water glass eggs. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link in the description below so you can go check that out. Other than that, y'all, it's been a great week. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Catch the next video coming up real soon. You're going to love it. It was fun to put together. And on that, please subscribe if you haven't. And I will see y'all on the next video. Bye, y'all.